Welcome back, guys. I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018. We're back today with our match against Hamkam. This is our training report, which isn't spectacular for us because we can see we've got no good fitness, only concerning performances, which is one of the problems with this team, I think, is they just don't like to train particularly much. I won't say that I take that back, but our training hasn't been spectacular. Now, partly it may be because we're a semi-pro team, right? These guys are mostly part-time. We're not going to have spectacular. We only have bad. Now, a couple offers did come in for Bo Midsian, so we'll see if he takes them or not. He is one of our youngsters, and he's not too shabby. 17 years old. You see he's got good bravery. Agility and stuff is fine. Good determination. Heading, marking, and tackling are already good. Positioning is decent for his age. Obviously, we've just had this concerning deal, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick warn him about his criticize his training level. There we go. No idea if he's going to stay with the team at all or not, but otherwise we did get another offer in for Borko, I believe, inbox. If we take a look down here somewhere, pre-match. Yeah. Perfect. They all have O's with crosses through them. Drobak, Frogan, and Borko, so we'll see what happens. We've made a couple minor changes for this match. Well, first of all, Monson is back, so that moves Ingebrigtsen back down, which meant that we had, I think we had Johansson in here. We'd taken him out. However, because as I was going through and kind of adjusting squad statuses a little bit, because Pellegrino's not needed, we're already determined that we're going to get rid of him. I don't really care about making him happy. He is more versatile than Johansson. We can play him a few other places, and he is a little bit better going forward and coming back. Going forward, I think. I think his positioning is garbage. Yeah, his positioning is garbage. So he's more of an attacking player than a support player, which isn't bad because we were primarily going to play him behind Rune, who's attacking. But we're going to put Johansson up there anyway. Johansson's had a fair amount of play from us this season, but because we're probably not going to renew his contract, but at the same point, there's no need to get another unhappy player on the team. So we're going to keep him in the rotation anyway. Hovik is now worried, upset that he's not getting enough playtime. It's because he's not spectacular. But to be fair, he's not much worse than Bourbon. They're very similar players, in fact. I'm going to show you two things. One that I just discovered, and one that you just should pay attention to because it's kind of hard to notice. If you are here on the tactics screen, you can take your player, in this case Bourbon, and you can drag him over here to say Hovak. And on the right, you see this comparison popped up. There's a way to get that to stay there. I just don't know what it is. But you can see we're essentially trading heading and tackling for positioning and jumping and marking. So Bourbon's better positionally, he's better jumping in the air, and he's better tactics, which I like. I like that a lot. Whereas Bourbon is a better header and a better tackler. And I also really like heading in the middle there. So, he's not quite as good jumping, but he's quite a bit better heading. So essentially we're trading tackling for position and marking. So I would say at this point that Bourbon's the better player, despite the fact that that from a star rating, if we were to go back here to squad, we don't really see that. We see 1.5 stars for Bourbon, and Hovak we see 2.5 stars. So for the position we want, Bourbon's the better player, but we're going to give Hovak a start today because he is the most influential player on our team. Second, sorry. And at least until recently, he did oppose me. So let's see if we can swap that. I don't know. We can see on an overview here, none of these are now red. They're all blue severity. Borko's got another offer, so maybe he'll take that. Hovak has that. His other worry hasn't shown up here yet. We'll just have to see that. But I think we're kind of taking care of that. I mean, look, this was down a little bit this week, but we're closing in on average. Locker room is up a little bit. I'm not sure why it was down. And our match cohesion is actually just dead on average, finally. So today we've got a match against Hamkam. We're not really changing the tactic at all. We just had the one player subbed in to start, two players subbed in to start, one from suspension and one just out of concern. And one change in the subs made. So, you know how it goes. Not a huge change, though, is what I'm saying. So, we've got Hamkam. They're in 14th. And eventually, even though we're on the same day, it's going to do the load for us. We'll come back as soon as the load's done. There's no need to watch this. Okay. So, tactical brief. We looked at that last week. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. I think it's on the training page. We have rotated players partly as we try to find people for different positions, but partly also because we've changed our formation 3 times. And so we've only got 11 people that are match fit, that have gotten enough playing time to be match fit. 3 are close, they're lacking match. 25 are severely lacking. But because of that heavy rotation, we've only got 1 injury. So, and we got that, early on, freak accident, not to do with anything else. So, and 37 people are happy. So I think we're doing okay. Match prep is what it is. I built one of these. This one is counter, this one's control. Just so we're training that in case we want to go a little more offensive. And we're going to go ahead and hand that over. Today probably would be the day we go offensive, to be honest. Because it's Hamkam. If we take a quick look at competitions, we will see that we are, wherever we are, 4-3-4, so we need at least a draw to stay on pace for what I want. But realistically, because this is against the lowest team in the league, we should get a win here that will help us out. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But I'd like a draw. Well, I'd like a win, but we'll accept a draw. That's what I'm saying. Because that, like I said, that keeps us on pace. We're almost halfway through the season, so essentially that means we're on pace. Okay, so these are players that are coming towards the end that I had shortlisted. We've got a bunch of people we don't really care about any of these people. Let's be fair. I think Bourbon we can update, although he's not bad. Star-wise, he looks pretty bad, but we've already looked. He's not terrible for what we want him to do. And we've got a couple staff. We don't care. Board confidence, we're doing okay. See right there. Overall, we're 61. Competitions, we're doing fine. Locker room, we're getting there. Club philosophies, I don't have any. Club stature, we haven't improved or gone anywhere. Transfers were better than bad. Matches the same way. Squad dynamics, yeah, we'll just kind of have to go that. Hopefully completing a promise to get Borko sold, at least being forced to do that will hopefully fix that. Kind of wondering about putting him in. Let's put him at half on one side or the other. Hopefully we won't need him quite as much. I'm going to go... Why does that change him to an attacking playmaker? There we go, right there. Is that the only difference there? And we have him an attacking playmaker here. Okay. Apparently I made that change at some point. So that's... And Hovik does not have his personal instruction to fewer risky passes, because he doesn't pass very well either. So I think that should take care of all that. Submit team. Let's see, this puts us in control instead of counter. That's all it's supposed to do. We'll see how it goes. Interesting. Now they're not scoring goals. That might be why. Dressing room, hand over to the assistant. We may be playing for a draw just because they're going to park the bus. You know what I'm saying? So 26 matches in a season. This is match number 12, so one more till we're halfway done. The initial guess was 30 points to avoid relegation. We can kind of take a look and double up on points on the bottom 3 and kind of see where that puts us at that point, because it can be pretty close. I fully expect as the season goes on, those players in the lower half, because of dynamics and teams getting upset and giving up early, that they're not going to perform even as well as they did in the first half, and vice versa. The teams at the top will start to separate because they've got good morale. They're building cohesion. They're a happier team. They're going to start to separate. So I expect to see the top half to get a little bit better, the bottom half to get a little bit worse. That's my guess. How that's going to work, I don't know. They're parked the bus and we're not terribly offensive, so far, not a whole lot. This might come down. Maybe we do need to leave Dolly in, because this may come down to some sort of set piece that we need to worry about. They've got an injury. Okay, this is us. See, if nothing else, maybe we can get a corner that'll let us get a set piece. Valoy feeds it in. Bad cross in. Yarosinski is able to grab it there. Sinski. Probably Yarosinski. I missed, I think, the last S there. Can we... A-Team makes a mistake. He just heads that back out. Longus is on it. He foots it in. A-Team is there, though. That was not a good play, though. Our players need to be a little more aggressive getting to that pass, and he needed to be a little smarter about where it went. But, you know, headers aren't something you always have a lot of choice in. And that's the half. We did get 4 shots. Half of them were on target. We do slight lead there. A-Team lost possession more than any other team. Probably from... But he's not supposed to be kicking it long. He's supposed to be doing short, quick passes out to our team. That's the funny thing. So he's clearly not paying attention to that. And what is his work rate? Because that's... Or teamwork. That's probably going to determine how well he pays attention to that. 8. So he doesn't pay attention to his instructions very well because of that lower team rate. Oh well. Is what it is. Now, I think... Sveen hasn't done anything for us. I think we are going to go ahead. I don't know why it starts low. Why does it do that? Why not start at the top of the list? This makes no sense. We're going to put Carbon in. I'd wanted more to put him here, but oh, he's not supposed to be on defend. He's supposed to be on support. Not target man support. You know what? We're going to put him on target man support for today. He's a decent target man. What is his heading? His heading's only 9. His jumping reach is 12. Oh, we'll just leave the crosses where they're at. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn off the mixed crosses. Why is it? Oh, because we changed. Why did that one not copy over? Go back to whipped crosses. That's supposed to be on there. I don't know where I lost it or disappeared, because we're not good in the air for the most part. So there's no point in putting floating crosses in. Whipping them in hard, make them hard for the other team. Maybe we get something through, maybe we don't. There we go. Kick the ball away from him. And that's a terrible... Oh, and Grieve is... There we go. Not how I wanted to use that sub, but I don't really want to lose Monson either. He seems to be a bit fragile here, but he's coming back from an injury. There was no injury suggestions. He was supposed to be okay, but... You know, he lasted 45. I mean, we saw he had that injury at the end of the first half. We had the plus over his head. I'm going to go attacking, and I'm going to say get creative. And we'll see if that happens. Now Valoy and Dolly are both injured. Get that headed away. Hovik puts that out. We'll have to decide who we want to sub. We got to sub one of them off. They're both... Dolly's more important for our long-term success, so we're going to go ahead and take him off. Oh, we don't really have crap for strikers. No, go back. Not sure what I just did there, but let's return that. Oh, somehow we did that. Dolly. Okay, we're going to put Herkstel in, but we're going to swap Herkstel and Berg. So he'll just play mid-center. Confirm. I may pull him back all the way. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. He's not really meant to be an attacking midfielder. Man, this is a tough match for injuries for us. We're not even getting shots. They're beginning to get shots. Clearly attacking's not work. We'll go back to counter. And I'm going to demand more. But, you know, we said that this was going to be a hard one for us to get a... We're not going to break down too many just super defensive teams this way. We might have been better off adding pass into space or something like that. Maybe clear to the corners. But I'm not worried about it. Like I said, we knew we needed a draw to stay pace, even as much as I wanted to win. So that's a little frustrating, but I'll take the draw. Why did you just not go kick that ball? Nobody was there. Oh, that was frustrating. I mean, he should have just kicked it. Instead, he ran away from it and let them take their time to get to it. Put it across. Unfortunately, we've got Carbon back there now. He doesn't have the speeds Fiend does, so in this case, maybe that one worked again, at least in that particular pass. Perkstall up to Valoy. I'm kind of thinking maybe on the attack when we do a pass into space, maybe clear the corners, clear to the flanks, and then pass into space. I think we'll add that for our attacking one. Yeah, they played better. They played better. I mean, those 5 midfielders are just a bitch to get past. Match should have been winning. So we'll go with that, and we'll take a quick look and see kind of where things stand. So 12 matches in. The bottom one has 12. So if we double that, that gets him 24 points. Maybe we give him one more win in there or another draw. Maybe we say 25 points. But it looks like 30 points, and there's 3 of them on 12. 30 points is probably more than enough to get us past relegation with this group down here. At this point, we probably do it with maybe even 25 points might get us past. So we should be fine because we're right on pace for where we want to be. 4-4-4. That's exactly what we said we wanted to do. Goal differential is positive, so maybe we sneak past Skeed in a draw, although they're a couple points up from us. And all these points, all these are negative down here as well. So I think we're okay to make it past relegation. Whether this tactic continues to work or not, Valoy's out. Dolly's out. Oh my God, that match was just. We didn't win. We didn't get the win, and it was just devastating injury-wise. I mean, those are horrible injuries for us. So I guess. I don't know. That's it. I don't know now. Valoy's going to come out. We'll have to swap for Rune. And then Johansson goes there. Tactics. Let's go back to our standard one here. This, I think, stops being an inside winger. It just becomes a winger on support. We can go ahead and make this a winger on attack. We put Carbon in as that. We just run him there. And I think that's that. And then we just have to figure out who our subs are going to be. Valoy's going to have to come out for Pellegrino. He's just the only other one that can kind of... We could put Borco in. He can play right. But I believe Pellegrino can play everything. Yeah, and Bork hopefully is about to be sold. And Dolly's going to come out for... I don't know. Somebody on the youth team. Filters, second squad, all position. There we go, midfielders. Let's go to support duties and see what we've got going on here. We've got nobody. That's essentially it. Nobody that can do off the ball. Nobody. We'll turn off our squad. Let's turn on them. So Silverstone here has good positioning, decent. Actually, he's not bad. Hot prospect. How young is he? He's probably he's 16. He's not super fast, but he's got good positioning, good teamwork. His anticipation is decent. He's got passing and technique. Young man, you are now on the senior squad. Not by super choice. And you are going to come in as, let's sub that around, turn on all positions. There we go. Oh, he's the backup goalkeeper. I'm like, why is he there? I'm actually going to move him just back to the other squad. Move to second team. There we go. And yeah, you're going to come in there. So I don't have a striker sub at this point. I guess we could look at that. I mean, ideally what we do is Ingebrigtsen stays the main sub there. Pellegrino's the sub for the wings. Siverston is the sub for mid. And then we need a striker, I guess. So again, let's go striker, second team there. Let's go to our attacking duties and let's see what we got. Off the ball, Lodval's it. He's injured for another 5 days. You know, we could bring him up for now, but I would say probably next is here. His anticipation is poor, but he's got good finishing. He's been playing well. You know, it's only a difference of 1 off the ball there. His actual decisions are a little better. Determination, work rate. Vision is worse, but he's not a support. He's, you know, we can live with that a little bit, I think. Acceleration, what's his pace is slow. But we're not going to run him as a poacher. We could run him maybe as an advanced forward on support, maybe. I think Danielson comes up to the top squad too. Move to senior squad. And senior, ding, ding, all positions. There we go. Support that. And Tommy comes in there. So just out of curiosity, if we were to bring him in, let's go over here. What type of change is that? So we lose aggression and acceleration, but everywhere else he's an increase. At least for that role. He's actually better for that role, and I think his finishing is better too. Do we want to give Tommy Danielson his debut? Let's do a quick comparison between Danielson and Speed. Compare Tommy Danielson. Speed is definitely an issue. Here, let's look over here. This annoys me. Why do I have to roll down for 2 of these? Why doesn't this just go down? Right? Why are 2 stats off the board when we have this much blank space? This should be an automatically sliding thing. If I'm playing at lower resolution, it goes up. You know, where it says this gets at least this much room. And in that case, it should just be this much room. And then it will slide up, you know? No idea. Okay, so his dribbling is much better. That's huge. That really seems to be the big issue here. Dribbling and marking. So as a defensive forward, that's an issue. But we can find roles for him that don't have anything to do with dribbling. And he's more aggressive. Concentration is clearly higher. Again, positioning, that's more of a defensive. I don't really care about that. And pace. You know, I would say the physicals are really the biggest difference here. There and there. And then everything else is doable. So let's go back to tactics. Maybe not defensive. Maybe we do an attack. It's a lot of attackiness. Let's go. And that should be support, not defend. And then we go here and we do a personalized, and we go ahead and we just do attack because it's what he does best. And that made that video a lot longer than I meant it to be, to have to sort through the injury troubles. But thanks for sticking with me, guys. Assuming you did stick with me. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And we will see you next time. Cheers.